It has been alleged that one particular police officer here in Ghana pulled out his gun angrily and then shot a particular 51-year-old man and killed him just because the man refused to pay 10 Ghana cedi bribe. Yes, you heard me right. It has been alleged that one particular police officer here in Ghana, stationed at a checkpoint in the northeast region of Ghana, angrily took out his service gun, pointed it at an innocent man, shot the innocent man, killed the innocent man just because that particular man refused to pay 10 Ghana cedis bribe. Now, this is not the whole story. The police have their side of the story. Eyewitnesses, including brother of the man who was killed, also have their side of the story. Let me tell you both stories. Alright, let's start with the account of the eyewitnesses, which include brother of the deceased. Let's start with their side of the story. So yes, it was around 11 a.m. on Wednesday, 5th November 2025. You see, according to the brother of the man who is now dead, the two of them, he and his brother, were traveling from area around Gaboani to the Gbintri market. They were riding a motorbike. He, the one speaking, was the one riding, while the other one, who is now dead, was the pillion rider, the passenger. So as they were moving on the road from Gaboani to Gbintri, they encountered a police checkpoint. So as they encountered this particular police checkpoint, they were stopped. They stopped their motorbike and then they came down from the motorbike. And then over there at the police checkpoint, the police demanded that they pay 10 Ghana cedis before they will be allowed to move and continue their journey. The two brothers refused to pay the 10 Ghana cedis. The one who resisted this 10 Ghana cedi payment more was the one who is now dead. His name being Mauto Banaka, a 51-year-old man. So as this 51-year-old Mauto Banaka resisted payment, they said the road is not even good and there is nowhere in the law that states that they have to pay 10 Ghana cedi to police at the checkpoints and all those. But the police insisted that they pay the 10 Ghana cedis, otherwise they won't be allowed to move on. But these two brothers also refused to pay the 10 Ghana cedis bribe. So pay, I won't pay, pay, I won't pay. Then this resulted in a violent exchange. Like it became violent, like it became tensions began going up, and then it resulted in some violence, and then boom, the police pulled out the gun and then shot the guy. Now, according to the brother, immediately the police shot the guy and then he fell and sustained that serious gunshot wound. The police again with their colleague rushed the guy. They took the guy and then rushed him to the Baptist Medical Center located in Nalerigu. However, upon arrival, he was pronounced dead. Mauto Banaka, the 51-year-old man who was shot by the police, was pronounced dead on arrival at the Baptist Medical Center in Nalerigu. So you see, that is the account of eyewitnesses, including brother of the deceased, their side of the story. Now let's go to the side of the story from the police. The police has a totally different side of the story. Like narration from the police says something totally different. Now, according to DSP Robert Anabe, who is the regional public relations officer of the police in the northeast region, he came out with a release that stays totally different. Now, according to the police in the area, these two brothers, Mauto Banaka, who is now dead, and his brother were moving along the Gaboani-Gbintri road. Now, as they were moving, they came to the police checkpoint, and over there at the police checkpoint, the police stopped them. According to the police, they were not asking for bribe. They did not ask for bribe. Rather, they requested to search these people and then allow them to move. However, they resisted the search, and the one who resisted the search vehemently was the one who is now dead, Mauto Banaka. According to the police, Mauto Banaka resisted the search, refused not to allow the police to search them, and then immediately the police also insisted on searching. So this became some back and forth, and then according to police, I'm not the one saying, according to the police, Mauto Banaka, the man who is now dead, tried to snatch the gun from the police officer. And then when he tried to snatch the gun from the police officer was also trying to prevent him from snatching his gun away from him. You know, a police officer in his gun, yeah, you can't go and be snatching a police officer's gun. So the police officer also tried to resist, like stop him from snatching, and then accidentally the trigger was pulled. Boom. So when the trigger was pulled accidentally, it fired at the guy, unfortunately, the 51-year-old man, Mauto Banaka, and then he fell down and then sustained a very serious gunshot injury. And then the police officer and then his colleagues immediately picked him up and then rushed him to the Baptist Medical Center at Nalerigu, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Now, you see that eyewitnesses, including brother of the deceased, have a different side of their story. The police, public relations of the police, have a different side of their story. Currently, we are caught between these two stories. Which one is true? The brother's narration or the police narration? We don't know. Whether the man was killed unprovoked by the police because he refused to pay 10 Ghana cedi bribe, or whether the guy was killed by accident because he was trying to snatch the police weapon. We don't know what's actually happened because we are confused between these two stories. Which one is actually true? The police is saying they are doing further investigations into the matter. So if they are doing further investigation into the matter, I would like to trust the Ghana police and then say that they will do their work diligently. Whichever story is true, Ghana police should try and find out the truth and then do the needed.